Hey family, let's talk about how to get ready for this Sunday at Pocosin Baptist Church. In our 10:30 service, we will be in Acts chapter 16, verses 11 through the end of the chapter, verse 40. And we're going to be looking at Paul and Silas and their on their second missionary journey. And they're going to stop and visit the city of Philippi, the same city to which Paul wrote his letter that's in our scriptures called Philippians. So while they're there, Paul and Silas are going to encounter three important people. They're going to encounter a woman named Lydia, who's very wealthy and very religious. And we're going to watch as the Lord opens her heart to understand the gospel. They're going to encounter a slave girl who's very poor. She's a slave, and she's also demon-possessed. And we're going to watch as Paul casts the demon out of this girl and sets her free. And then we're going to watch as Paul and Silas are thrown in prison. And while they're there, they're singing praises to God. An earthquake comes, and they're set free. And the jailer, the one who's overseeing that jail in Philippi, is about ready to kill himself because he's afraid that the prisoners have escaped, which would mean that he too would lose his life. And Paul and Silas are going to share the gospel with him, and this man is going to repent and believe and be saved. So what I want to show you on Sunday through these three different accounts is I want to show you how Jesus is a deliverer of slaves. He sets captives free. There's one woman who's a slave to her religion. There's another woman who's a slave to sin. And there's a man who is a slave to his circumstances. In other words, when life begins to fall apart, he's falling apart too. And the only people that aren't falling apart in the midst of Acts 16 are the very people who have been beaten and tortured and imprisoned. Paul and Silas, who are the only ones in the story that are truly free because they have had an encounter with Jesus Christ, the God who delivers, the God who saves. So all that's coming up on Sunday morning. I want to encourage you to be with us, ready to worship Jesus together with your church family. And then in the evening at 6 p.m., we will meet for an informational members meeting. So we're not going to be voting on anything in this meeting, but it is an incredibly important meeting. There's a number of things we have to present to you as elders that are incredibly important to the life of PBC, including the budget proposal for 2020, some nominations for administrative officers and deacons for the church. All that's coming up this Sunday night at 6, and then we'll be voting on some of those things on December the 8th, and a follow-up members meeting. We'll have a Christmas dinner along with that meeting as well. So lots coming up. I encourage you to be in your place this Sunday, expecting to hear from God as we worship Him together, and be with us on Sunday night as we do the business of the church, as we gather together as a family. All right? Love you. Praying for you. See you Sunday.